Well, hello there guys, good evening to you, welcome back to my voice acting playthrough of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, carrying on Game 3, which is Trials and Tribulations. We're now moving on to the second episode of the third game, which is known as the Stolen Turnabout. How will the story develop after the memories that we've seen with Mia Fey? Well, let's see how it develops in this particular episode, shall we? Hope you enjoyed the episode. The time is 1 a.m. Detective, we made it! Whew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Ho ho! You said it, pal. Must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Do you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Very secure. Ah! We've been had! Out front! Guards! Turn on the searchlights! Better look next time, gentlemen. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Hey, Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important. What are you freaking out about now? Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Polly, of course. Hello. It's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls! You haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. What's this? Some kind of poster? Kurain Village. Isn't that... That's right. It's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Kurain exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Same Maya, different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey, the younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. Hey! Who are you calling shady? And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Kurain Village is the home of the mysterious Kurain channeling technique. Maya here is the daughter of the Kurain School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, all right.
Mr. Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yeah, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit.
Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. That's our first clue. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed.
Wow, this is awesome!
Yeah! You can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it.
Oh! You even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the famous storeroom.
Oh yeah!
I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl.
What a family heirloom?
Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse.
All right. I guess we should go and say hello. Yep. This is a basement warehouse, all right.
This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time.
Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you.
Oh, Mr. Wright.
Yee! A monster! You were right! Huh? A monster?
Good evening. It's good to see you again.
You! I know you!
Nice to see you again too, little miss. Ah! Hello! Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews.
Well, that's a familiar sight, isn't it?
I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you.
Adrian sure has changed since we last met.
So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright?
Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me?
What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Maya! You shouldn't let him off the hook so easily!
Please, Maya. Don't say anything that'll needle pearls further.
Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago.
You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case.
Not really.
I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick?
After that, I quit being a manager and started this job.
Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if it wasn't for us.
No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing has happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful.
Well, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring.
Well, Lily Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums.
Woohoo! Did you hear that, Billy? The finest museums.
Yeah, I did. That's really wonderful.
So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh?
Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well.
That sounds good. So what is with that face she's making?
Mystic Ma! Take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right?
Yes.
That's a statue of the woman who invented the currying channeling technique, Amy Faye. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning.
Okay.
What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me. How should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so. This is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Kurin Shishishito. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Aw, phooey. I wanted to cut something.
What are you eyeing me for?
Oh, look. It's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet?
Well, actually...
I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together?
Ooh! I like the sound of that.
Dine! It sounds so fancy. Ah, the kids' lunch! Burley, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, 1 kid's dinner for me. Shall we head upstairs then?
After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day, something terrible would happen.
Nick! This is terrible!
What the? You're cleaning the toilet again?
I never knew you were such a toilet freak.
Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time.
I'm gonna turn on the TV.
We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lordly Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor?
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet.
Treasure? Lordly Taylor? You don't think...
Yeah, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Master Mask. Our most valuable treasure. The current secret urn was stolen.
What?
Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy.
But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh?
Hey! You can't poke around here, pal!
Wait a minute. That voice!
Oh no! Not him again! It's you! And I'm the one who should be saying not again! Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Are there any other detectives? No! I should be asking you that! What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here any...
Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now's a good chance for you to try to remember it right.
And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Yeah. Good to see you again, too, I guess.
Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us what happened?
Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Atta girl. It's just Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Herb.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask.
I know about that, too. Detective, could you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sort of kind of owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
Scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy! It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal! He solves one case and gets a swelled head thinking that he's an ace detective!
Ace detective? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this Master Mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true Master Mask.
So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lord Lee Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? And you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling card, huh? You mentioned that on TV. So why do you call him an ace detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So? What's he like?
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow! That is impressive! All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
And Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So what's this calling card?
Here it is. Don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's Master Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
You didn't mention that on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Thanks. I guess. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air conditioned. To protect the art pieces, you know? Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please, make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What do you see? Svari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium. Neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes! That's scary. How did you know that? How, you say? A universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado,
Let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman and introduce myself. The name is At Me. Look at me. Ace, detective. Oh, hi.
Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of.
The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney.
I'm Maya Fang, Ace Spirit Medium. And I'm, Pearl Fang. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and, Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice.
Excellent! Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase one sort of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? So are you really as famous as you say? Of course! For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in this city that had not heard of me! Look at me! I am Master Mask's arch enemy! The Ace Detective, look at me! At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness. The other, the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles.
Yeah, they mentioned it on the news, in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved from, it's not much.
So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh! Tell us what you know about Master Mask, and keep it simple, please.
Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in a most glorious battle.
I see.
Huh? Hang on a second.
You were here last night? Here? In Lordly Taylor?
Naturally! Wherever Damask goes, you will find At Me laying his elegant traps.
Elegant traps? More like Damask out-eleganced you and made a beautiful getaway.
This time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory.
I wonder if I should ask you about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night?
But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio.
I first received the request for my services 20 days ago, and it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card.
Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes. You see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough.
That's Adrian for you.
A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
The calling card arrived, right?
Yes. So, ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him. Alone.
Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help?
Ridiculous! Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops?
You got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Damask get away.
I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others.
Concealed?
Precisely! Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here.
Someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout. He's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though only one came through those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose? That's just not possible!
Master Mask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive! But I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information.
Wow, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here.
Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals.
I don't know if I really want this guy to like us. Ever.
Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure if I would say...
That's right! We're gonna find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If, perchance, you should discover something of value, return them to my office. To my office. My Office of Earthly Delights, the Acme Detective Agency!
Office of Earthly Delights?
Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do.
Well, wait a minute! He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office, too! Take me with you, okay?
That pathetic-looking wooden box.
Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it.
Don't touch it! There may be clues to the thief's identity on there.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya?
What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been in a stand in the winding way of Fey Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it.
Poor Maya. Maybe it'd be better if Master Mask had taken the box too.
Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again?
Shishishito. It's literally seven-branched sword in Japanese. Or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy.
One hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it sell like hotcakes. There's something about it that bothers me.
Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly.
This sword. Wasn't Mr. Gamey holding it last night? And another thing. The sword wasn't bent like... And another thing. The sword wasn't bent last night like it is now.
You're right.
Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice.
The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow.
Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Anthony smashed Master Mask with it. Like this.
Ow! What the heck?
What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before.
Oh man, My head! My hair!
Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer. A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It is such a cute name. It looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the trap that the detective set up. Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask. Let me see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot.
I don't know how to pull up the photos.
I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick.
Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway.
I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night.
This statue of Mr. Gamey is so cool! I want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office.
Hey! It's Wright and Co! How about a gold statue of me?
Mr. Nick? I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange.
Huh? What is it, Pearls?
The statue of Mr. Gamey. Was this where it was last night? I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin.
So the statue was moved on the night of the crime.
Hey, Nick! Your cell phone's ringing.
Hello? Phoenix Wright here. Oh, it's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe? What is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally! This underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective's met his match. Yup! I finally caught him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him.
You caught him? Are you saying you captured Master Mask?
Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him!
Master Mask surrendered? That's great! So when can we come and pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was gonna tell you.
What? Something wrong?
Do you think you could swing by the detention center sometime?
The detention center?
He wants to talk to you. Master Mask, that is.
What? He wants to talk to Nick?
I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon.
A detention center, huh?
Hello guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, you can check out my social media platforms, which are right below my screen. Please check us out and support the show that way. Don't forget, you can watch the action all live on twitch.tv/Stu Waters, where all the action is live with no breaks and no edits. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.